Hi, this is Tarot by Tess, coming to do your venting reading for Taurians. Let's go ahead and get started. Usually I don't do a spread, but I decided to make one a little bit more clear. So we did past, present, immediate future, long-term future. And then I pulled clarifiers for each column from the Romance Angel Oracle cards, and this also is clarifiers at the bottom. The first card I got was the Six of Cups upright. This tells me that this is a relationship that the other partner is older than you are, and the other partner is more dominant, and he likes to take care of his little girl type of thing. I also see you could have reunited with somebody, or you just have a really long history. Maybe you've known each other since childhood. But it may be that you're being too trusting, or there's too much peace going on. Somebody's being overly generous. Maybe they're giving you lots of gifts. It's represented here. And you just don't like this whole being spoiled, taken care of, being a kept person type of thing. And you're carefree right now. Okay. And this could signify like an inheritance coming in. Okay. But it seems as if, with the Ten of Wands in reverse, that the inheritance or the gifts, whatever generosity came to you in this relationship, it was just too much to bear. It was a really heavy burden. And there was something that was hidden that you didn't know about. So you decided to release it. Or you saw that eventually the burden was going to be too great and you were going to have to, or you're going to be more like destitute. Because it is next to the Five of Pentacles. So you're trying to avoid this burden. You're trying to release it. To clarify that, you got to keep an open mind. You're not keeping an open mind. You see that it's going one way and you want to get out. And you also, it says, keep an open mind about your soulmate. Well, you realize that this is not your soulmate. So, with the Eight of Cups, this says you're very weary. And this is in the present position. So you're weary, you're kind of just, you're burdened. And so you remember you're trying to release this burden. And so you're going to walk away. You're going to leave. You're going to release the burden. And be sneakily because it's at night. But you're leaving some kind of unhappiness behind. And you're going towards solitude. Like maybe some of it was happy, represented by Eights of Cups. But Nine of Cups is what you would want to be, like, to get your wish. And that cup's missing. So something is missing from that relationship. And just the added burden of the inheritance or the gifts or the spoiledness, it was too much of a burden for you and you need to release it. If everything in your relationship is hunky-dory and you don't plan on leaving, then this may be that the other person feels this way. And so you might need to check in with them, okay? Somebody's planning on leaving. Maybe it's to get some independence. Because this does seem very codependent, monetarily especially. Then to clarify that Eight of Cups, we have Five of Pentacles in reverse. So here, you have a new beginning, or one that you're about to start. And then here we have a new beginning. Like here you have suffering and monetary loss, and here you're avoiding it. So that's good. You don't want to have a monetary loss. But it could be a lost opportunity too. Like maybe you had a chance to get back with somebody and you didn't take it because you thought it was a burden. So you released it and they walked off. Or that's you walking away. And so you lost an opportunity. This talks about, the suffering's going to end. You're going to have a new phase, a new job, a new love. Somebody might think you can save them. And you're just like, oh, that's just too much for me. I can't fix your childhood, okay? But this, when you see this in reverse, it's a karmic lesson. And also it talks about releasing a burden. So here you're releasing a burden, here you're releasing a burden, and here. So you're trying to get rid of something. It could be a karmic lesson of a past lover. Maybe they're trying to come back and you can't. Or if you already started it, you realize they're not the one for you and you're getting out. But this person is it's very hard for them to leave. So it's kudos if you're leaving because it's not what's best for you. It's not right. Something's missing. It's just really hard. And they're willing to leave, some stuff behind that's good and take this really hard path. And they have to have like a staff and everything. And they're willing to do it. It might be they have to do it sneakily because they don't want to hurt anybody. It could be you have low self-esteem too. Or your partner has low self-esteem. Basically, you're just getting out of something. You're releasing a burden. You don't want to save anybody because they have low self-esteem. You may be leaving before they have a chance to leave you out in the cold. Maybe you know they're feeling this way, and so you're leaving to release them from the burden of being with you. I mean, there's different things it could be. To clarify that with Romance Angel Oracle cards, got very soon. So very soon, one of you is leaving. And you're going to avoid some kind of a financial disaster or just releasing a burden. Releasing a burden could be divorce, okay? But you have to decide what you want now so that it comes to you very soon. Let me see if I can read what all that entails. It's asking you, what do you want? Be clear and specific. Just like ordering at a restaurant. The universe is listening to your thoughts and feelings about your love life, and they're bringing you what you asked for. Okay? So you're getting released from something. If you're complaining about something that you got, that means you just didn't put in the right order, or it was unclear. You have to be straightforward about what you desire, and it'll come to you. You drew the card because it's time for you to get clear and honest with yourself and make your requests with faith and optimism. Trust your feelings and make decisions for yourself about what's best for you. So that's the very soon card. Very soon you're going to be leaving, and you need to make sure that you really know what you want. No backpedaling, that kind of thing. If you don't like what you got, that's because your order wasn't clear. And so next time, make your order clear. And obviously you do, because you get the Wheel of Fortune upright. Yay, Wheel of Fortune. This is like luck. Wonderful. Love coming in, possibly a soulmate. So you didn't have a soulmate, but you can get one. Or it could just be things are going in your favor. It says, take action now, which we have very soon. Somebody's leaving, somebody's releasing a burden. So take the action now. Your wishes are granted. Here, you aren't getting your wish, so you're leaving, you're releasing that relationship, and bam, you get your wish. Yes, that's my booty mug. I was thirsty. There's an end to an old way of life here, and I can see that. Like, this could definitely be an old way of life, like a really old relationship or something that's from the past. It's the end of it. So you're going to have a new beginning. We have lots of new beginnings here. Wow. Okay. You're going to get a partner, possibly somebody from another country. Okay. And they're going to renew you. And it's important to know they're probably from another country or another culture, because it's going to come up later, okay? It may be somebody that you're unable to forget. Like, maybe you realize, I have these memories about somebody. I want to reconcile with them. But I've been in this other relationship for a really, really long time. And that's not good. So you're going to get rid of the relationship that isn't meant for you. And you're going to go for this person you can't forget because they're your soulmate. And they're probably like a little different or opposite than you. But, don't plan the soulmate meeting, okay? And you're not resistant to change, so that's really good. I like that. Just take some action. And I can see, sorry, I need a drink. I can see you're going to take action. Because this is going to be you. I don't know why this is you. Because there's not a whole lot of pentacles in here. But you're going to be the Queen of Swords. You're going to cut through some bullshit and get what you want. You are very direct, very honest. You're just going to tell it like it is. And also this is somebody who's single, divorced, separated. So you're definitely leaving someone. And it's for the best because it's the Wheel of Fortune. It could be you're leaving an air sign and you're going for a water sign, possibly Scorpio. Not necessarily though. Alright, so Queen of Swords, she's upright, and when it comes to love, she's very independent. She's wise, she's quick-witted. I mean, she's familiar with sorrow. I mean, obviously she really didn't want to leave this person because she cared about them. But, it's just not right. Something was missing. She's not being cold-hearted or holding malice, okay? It's probably she had a secret love. And so she needs to be absent from the old relationship. And she's mourning, okay? She's mourning this loss because it probably had a lot of history. Also, this can talk about job loss. So for some of you who are leaving a job you've been at for a while, it's going to be for the best, okay? I mean, this is mostly a love reading, but just in case. Yeah, you may be lonely for a little while. And with the Ten of Wands in reverse, just don't worry. Okay, you'll be alright. Basically, yeah, you were unhappy and lonely in this relationship, but now you're not. You're just going to be like alone, but not lonely. There we go. And you have a lot of experience, but you're open to learn. Okay, you're open to see what's out there, and you might have dark hair or medium hair. And if you look, she wants somebody who's witty and intelligent, like with this book and these thoughts here. And other cards, she has her hand out to the future, like asking somebody to come here. So you could be asking somebody to approach, but we need to figure out who that is. Okay, this is in your immediate future that this is all happening. So we did past, present, immediate future. And she's pointing to somebody in the long-term future. This is somebody that you be with for a while or somebody who's just farther out. So you'd probably be single for a little while, like temporary singlehood. Okay. To clarify that, we got you deserve love. Okay, you're separated. Somebody's leaving. I think it's you. Just something was missing. And it turned out to be good. Okay. And you deserve love. You're lovable. And you deserve, somebody who's right for you. Even if you guys loved each other, if it's not right, it's not right. So in the long-term future, we got the Knight of Wands in reverse. I hate this card. I mean, this card is horrible. It's like I see one night stand when I see this, especially when it's in the reverse. But this is somebody who's very passionate. This also is somebody who's from a different culture than you. Somebody may be an immigrant. Okay. It just says beware. This person is flighty. They're untrustworthy. They're a smooth talker, fast talker. It's like a dark young man. He's got commitment phobia, so just so you know. He interrupts your life, he ruptures it, he causes division. There'd be some false whispers or some hesitations. I mean, he's untrustworthy. This could be like somebody's leaving in the middle of the night kind of thing, almost like this Ace of Cups. Like, the first time he feels trapped, he's gone. But you're going to be really passionate with each other. I mean, super passionate. It's just going to be a really big connection. Maybe even a karmic tie. Clarifying it, we got the Devil. So this is a karmic tie, and he's upright. This also talks about you could feel trapped, or this person could feel trapped. Like about love or work, something, maybe even dead. And remember, when he feels trapped, he's going to leave. Anytime he feels obligated, he's going to leave. So with this guy, just make sure that he has good intentions. Okay, take it slow. Be cautious. I mean, you're the Queen of Swords. You're very wise. Don't fall for a smooth talker, okay? Because you're supposed to be finding your soulmate. Now, he's more of a flighty person when he's upright, but he's still untrustworthy when he's in reverse. So just be careful with that guy. I don't like to see him at all, especially when he's next to the Devil. But it could just be saying that you guys are like slaves to your lust for each other. Like somebody in the relationship's domineering and you have karmic ties. And that'd be what you want. Maybe it was too nice and cute and innocent and you want something a little bit more dirty and dangerous. Okay. But you probably also want a commitment, and this guy might give it to you. Yeah, you want like shameless, pleasure-seeking lust kind of thing. You want an old lover to return to you, somebody who's a karmic tie, and this would be them. And you've been having this nostalgia about them. And you're single now, so yeah, you guys are addicted to sex. You're gonna be slaves to your emotions and your sex drive. There's just a lot of physical passion. Clarifying that, you gotta express your love in reverse. So it says, go ahead and make the romantic gesture, but this is saying, don't do that. So I'm wondering if it's a warning saying, this person that you're going to be really passionate with, they're not your soulmate. It's just a karmic tie. They're going to use you and then abandon you. Anytime they feel trapped, they're going to leave. So let's get some more clarifiers because that sucks. I wouldn't want that. I'm going to pull from my favorite deck and just see, because you're supposed to be having a good turn of luck and not meeting a one-night stand. Unless that's just your thing. I mean, you are an independent person, so. Let's clarify this Knight of Wands in reverse. What kind of person is this? Knight of Wands in reverse. Tells me bad news. You know, when it's upright, it's good news about love. Here, it's bad news about love. And it's quick good news. Here, it's like slow. Like you're slow to realize that he's bad news. I mean, he's a devil. And when you're in the devil's cave, you know, chained to this person, you're blind. It's dark in there. Here, you're getting free. Here, you're not. So here you go, trying to have this new start, leaving a relationship that was pretty decent, but just something was missing. And the thing that was missing is what you're getting, but you're only going to get it like briefly, and it's not going to last. All right, let's clarify this devil. Three of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, let me think about that. Because usually, I always see love for this. I mean, I always see work for this. So when it talks about obstacles, somebody's like childish and petty. They're not noble, they're weak. Oh, okay. It says you be submissive to this partner. So you may be looking for like a BDSM relationship, and you get it, but there's just not a whole lot of substance to the relationship part. It's mostly sexual. And that's what you want, you know, then go for it. But if you want something more, you're not going to get it. Yeah, I mean, I see this person, they're very selfish when it comes to love. Like, they're not just going to hand out their love. So if it's going to work at all, it would take a lot of work on your part, and just unnecessarily. This also says that this is a union and teamwork, and here it's not. Like, you're all by yourself in this. If there's three, I mean, there could be a third party, whether that's a baby or another person, and that's why you're not getting what you want. Like, no obligations for him. Chariot in reverse. This is Cancer. So watch out for a Cancer. Okay. I mean, usually this is a fire sign because we have lots of wands, but just in case. Also watch out for a Capricorn because we got 2 Pentacle cards here. 3. But Chariot in reverse talks about there's a delay. There's no direction. You're having a defeat or a dispute, and it's affecting your self-esteem. Like, you can't control your emotions. This person does not want to be a hero and save you. They don't want your adoration. There's like no protection for the future. No victory. It's a defeat. I mean, here he took this big chance and it's just ending horribly. Okay, it's Emperor. Okay. Emperor is somebody who wants power. They're very dominant. So you probably are in some kind of a relationship like this. Could be abusive. Hopefully not. If it's about work, then your boss will be domineering. And you're unbalanced. And there's no teamwork going on. Let's see what else we can get for this 8 of Wands in reverse and the Knight of Wands in reverse. The World in reverse. Okay, let me think about the cards that correlate. Okay, in reverse, yeah. This Knight of Wands, the guy that's bad news and leaving, who doesn't like to be trapped. And then it says, you know, the devil says somebody's going to feel trapped by love or work. It talks about trapped by duty or obligation. So you feel like you're trapped, but I think it's most likely this other person. Like, you may get success with this person, but it's going to be anticlimactic because they're just going to leave. There's no victory. Your world's going to be turned upside down too. This person leaves a path of destruction everywhere they go. I don't like it at all. And Taurians, we had this, something similar to this. You've had the Knight of Wands before. We've had this, like, your relationship wasn't working out. Maybe you had an affair. But here it looks like you're actually leaving first before you do it. You've got to leave this Knight of Wands person alone. I mean, you can find a dominant partner without having to find a loser, pretty much. Yeah, like a long-held dream that you've had has lost its appeal, or it's just not working. You're going to be insecure, incomplete. This guy has a disregard for others. Like, you're going to be successful for a second, and then it's going to be fleeting. You can't hold on to it. There's a lot of setbacks. If it's for work, you know, you're going to lose a promotion or an award, but there'll be another opportunity later, okay? Because you know these one night stands, they always come back for like a night or something. So you might get another opportunity, but it probably won't be very good. And this is when it's in reverse, you need to return to judgment. So you're going to make a poor judgment, bad decision. I'm not saying the leaving is, I'm saying going after this Knight of Wands is. It's probably good that you've separated and become single. Just the one night stand or this guy that's going to be a one night stand is not the good idea. Let me clarify. I want to clarify this because I mean this is your long-term future. That's important. Let's do the Emperor and the Devil and Chariot and Pentacles. The Devil upright again. Wow. So this is like a huge, huge karmic tie with lots of lust and sexuality and passion. But again, it's not going to last. It's just like a karmic tie. And that tie is not bringing him back. Ace of Swords. So you could triumph, but it's a false triumph. It's forced. You're either going to, there's like too much love or too much hate here. I think at first it's going to be too much love and it's going to turn into too much hate. You're just going to be very, very infatuated. And yeah, this person has a crush on you and that's good news, but they're controlling and selfish and blunt. And you're going to be frustrated. Like this dictator in your relationship is good for you and you're infatuated, but they're just not reliable. They're not reliable like a Taurus is. Yeah, there's like an upcoming disaster, okay? And you can prevent it or ease it by just avoiding it. So if you see somebody that you think you have a lot of passion with and they're from another culture than you, just be very, very, very careful. Don't sleep with somebody right away. Just be cautious, hold back. And from your last reading, it seems like you are tempted. And I think you're going to be tempted again. Or it just hasn't happened yet and it will. Because this is your long-term future. This is going to happen. Yeah, you're just going to use a lot of willpower to fight this. Because it's probably fated to happen. Because you have fate and soulmates. And this talks about fate. So this disaster could be fate. And you're just going to have to really fight it so you can win. And you're completely sure of your feelings. That's what's so sad. It's about love at first sight. But it says it's going to come to an end and it's time to move on. One more and we'll be done. At least with this deck. The Fool in reverse. Yeah, don't be naive. Don't take the leap of faith. Don't get drunk because you may make bad decisions. You're going to be betrayed. This person is undependable. Be prepared. It's too good to be true. Don't think about how they see you. Like, you want to be seen in a good light and they're playing to your vanity. Don't buy it. They're a smooth talker. They're a fast talker, okay? In this case, don't follow your heart. Don't follow the attraction. Love's unconventional, yeah, because I think it's BDSM. But don't make that a beginning with this person because you're not going to get it. You're just going to fall off the cliff. This is you, like, dee, then you're going to fall off the cliff. This is saying don't do it. That's why I'm saying don't express your love. Very soon you're going to have it, and you deserve love. So don't express your love because this person isn't worthy of it. They're not going to return it. At least not in the way that you want. Alright, what can we clarify for the ending now? Is there anything different? Oh, we've got something in reverse. Okay. Don't be dependent on this person. Okay. Says you can flirt. That's pretty innocent. But don't retreat with them. Like, don't go off with them. Okay. Because this is people that are getting off time, away. Okay. This is saying don't go alone with them. Don't go into a room alone with them. Okay. And just very few of you, because I would not want to just leave that out. When I said don't go in a room alone with them, and this person's untrustworthy, he's going to leave, there's like some kind of domination, and you're powerless and you lose your self-esteem. There could be a possible sexual assault. So just be careful. I don't think that's everybody, but it's a possibility, so I'd rather tell you now. Let's see what's going on here. Mostly this person's just flighty and doesn't care about commitment. Now, if we had the King of Swords in reverse, then I would say yes, it's definitely that, but I don't see that. We have your love life's going to be affected by children in reverse. So if you end up, getting pregnant from this one night stand, you choose not to have the kid. I think to be happy, you're just going to have to be very playful and childlike again and just avoid whoever this person is. And pull one more card from the other deck that I have. We'll be done. Hopefully it's going to be something we can use and we don't have to stop, or we can stop there. What steps can the Taurians take to avoid this loser Knight of Wands, whoever it is? This unfaithful, untrustworthy lowlife. Can you tell I hate this card? I hate this card. You guys already pulled it up, so you know it's coming. Oh, Three of Swords. It's coming. I'm telling you guys. But ask for a step to avoid it. You got the World upright, so maybe you will avoid it. Three of Swords as an action step. Let me think. Could be a love triangle again. You guys got this before. Love triangle. So this person may be in your past from your old relationship, and then you do meet this other person, and then you want to reconcile. I don't really see that. But, you know, the devil does talk about you want to reconcile with an old lover. But maybe you got a baby when you had this one night stand, and then the guy's like, yeah, I'm willing to take you back and take care of your kids. So, I mean, there could be some good news out of this. But, I mean, I don't know. We'll see. Action step. With the Wheel of Fortune, it says your pockets are going to be empty. So I think that's what you were trying to avoid. Again, this says, you know, this attraction towards this person, it's an obsessive attraction. It's not going to go anywhere. You're just going to have heartache and pain and suffering. He'd be on and off, but don't even bother. Like, you're not going to get any apologies from this guy. And maybe, like, you won't even recover. And with the World in reverse over here, you could lose a loved one, which would be this person. And you love him, but you need to lose him. Oh. Then you also have the World upright, so that's good. Three of Swords. And when he leaves, he makes you see yourself differently, and you just get low self-esteem. It's horrible. It says break up, even if it's temporary. That's an action step. It's the only action step I really see. Just you and this person are not compatible. They're dividing everything. Yeah, this person is not for you. And with the Fool, this person could have a mental illness. You're living with somebody who has a mental illness. Or you're not living with him, but he's disturbed. That's why he can't commit. Mental illness is not bad. Just this particular guy, if he can't commit to a relationship, he can't commit to taking medicine. So he's got some issues going on he's not taking care of. So yeah, you're going to have no direction. You're going to be defeated. And you're going to be hurting from this relationship. You're going to relive a past hurt. See what the World would be for an action step too. Because this was on the bottom. You have the Ace of Swords, right? It says just convince the right people to listen to you. Like, you will convince the right people to listen to you. So if you do want to reconcile with an ex after this misfortune happened, you'll be able to convince them. Even if you're pregnant and they might take care of your kid. I mean, it looks like they would. Like, you'll have the money to do it. And you're going to get a better self-image of yourself. I see that. Like, you're going to leave a new way of, you're going to have a new way of life. Like, this turns your world upside down, but you're going to get it back. You're going to feel confident again. You're going to be whole. Maybe travel. Because Knight of Wands can talk about travel. And so can the World in reverse, but just talks about difficulties. And the Chariot with the World talks about travel difficulties too. So if you're traveling, be careful. You can meet this person, this Knight of Wands, Wheel of Fortune. You can meet them in another country, but it's not going to last. Like, you're going to probably join with somebody else, whether it's your old partner you left or somebody who's not the Knight of Wands. But you'll no longer feel trapped by duty. That's good. You're going to have total control and total freedom because you have the Fool. You know, you returned to your judgment and looked at your poor decision and you went back, and now you don't have to go back to judgment. You made a good decision. You're maturing, you're growing, you're healing, you conquered something. Before with Chariot, you got conquered, you had a defeat, and here you're conquering it because you grew up and you matured. So it could be in this relationship, you just weren't mature enough yet. Or you didn't see it for what it was. You thought something was missing. I mean, you didn't take the situation lightly. You really thought about it. Yeah, you're going to do well. You're going to be victorious, okay? All right, Taurians. I hope you enjoyed your reading for 17. Let me know how it resonated in the comments below. All right, be happy.